morning, everybody, and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, and League Two. It's a pretty chilled one tonight, Claire. Pretty chilled one. We're going to talk a little bit about transfers and just have some fun, really. I mean, it's just me and you. Just me and you. It would be really, really good, wouldn't it, if we had someone else, maybe a really special guest, which we might have in the background. But before we bring this special guest in, Claire, how are you and how's your week been?
I am really good, having a fantastic week. Control the controllables. I'm not going to cry about the fact that my car cost me hundreds of pounds today.
Oh.
So, you know what? It's just money in it. It comes and goes. But, yeah, everything's good. County have got some new players and I'm excited to talk about it. How are you?
Do you know what? I was good. I've been doing well this week. And then today, I know it's not the non-league show, but Devante Rodney has signed a contract extension for Dale. So I'm sure.
Rodney, baby.
Yes. And also a spoiler alert for everyone in the chat. Who are we going to talk about after, Claire?
Ooh, who could it be? Anyone in the chat? A podcast favourite, maybe.
But of course, what we're going to do, we're going to introduce...
How are you other than the Rochdale signing?
Oh, I'm great. Like, Devante Rodney baby has just topped it off. I mean, yesterday, spoiler alert as well for everyone, yesterday, we were 1-0 down to Charlie in our pre-season friendly. Who comes on and scores 2 goals? Emmanuel Desirue, our new striker from Hartlepool, 6'5". He scored 4 goals in pre-season so far. So, yeah, I'm feeling positive. But of course, before we introduce our very special guest, I mean, drum roll. You've got to wait a few minutes though.
Anyone got any guesses who it might be?
I know everyone in the chat guessed, but this special guest is the best one that we've had before. A familiar face as well, to be fair. You're all very familiar with this person. If you're not, what have you been doing with your life? But yeah, hello everybody. Just wanted to warn you all as well. It is a transfer show, so if your club have made any good transfers or any business you want to talk about, or if you just think some teams made a good signing in the transfer window in the EFL, please have your say, because we're good. We can keep up with transfer news, but we don't know every bit of business that's gone on. Wish we did, or we'd work for Sky Sports News then, wouldn't we? But yes, any guesses? Grimmy, it's not Sam. Sam is in Greece. Very special guest, though.
Should we give him a clue?
Yeah, I think we should.
Is everybody's honorary uncle.
Everybody's honorary uncle.
Who could it be? Because
someone just please have a guess in the chat, because we want to bring him in and no one's having a guess.
Come on, Graham, you should know.
I agree with this one, no, and I will be talking about that a little bit later because we've had one guess so far. Should we see? Or is it one of my uncles, or is it one of Claire's uncles? Who knows? It might just be one of our family members.
I don't believe.
Uncle John, hi. 2 guesses and 2 correct answers.
Woo!
It's our Uncle Nick. Yay!
Look, he's back again.
Nick is back. Tell the chat.
Back.
With his hat. Uncle Nick, we've missed you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really, really good. So I thought I'd just do a little guest appearance. Seeing as it's just you 2 ladies on your own, I thought I'd join you and hopefully we'll have quite a nice evening. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yay.
We needed someone who's calm and can handle the pair of us, because me and Claire on our own.
I did think that would be too much to let you two loose on your own. So I thought I'd better try and calm things down. You're quite right, Shah.
I've got a question about that though. Are we worse in person or on this stream?
Oh, far worse in person. Goodness me. Far worse. But in a good way. In a good way, I will say. You two are an absolute delight. So love you both.
Aww.
We love you too, Uncle Nick. We love you too. But how's things been?
I've moved house since we last spoke. So I think we've been in here 3 weeks tomorrow.
Uncle Nick.
I can't hear you, Uncle Nick.
Blinking. Oh,
how's that? Can you hear me?
There we go.
I don't know. It keeps doing that. I've had to unplug the headphones and then back in again. So, yeah, I was saying I've moved house in the last 3 weeks.
You've got quiet again, Uncle Nick. But while you're sorting your headphones out, I'll tell you that I'm very, very sorry that it's been 3 weeks and I've still not sent you your present.
Then again, we're still waiting to meet up again, aren't we?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can, Uncle Nick.
Hang on,
I can't hear like you. That the whole show.
Oh, this is great, isn't it? I come back on and it's a disaster.
It would have been a disaster with me and Claire, so don't worry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right, I'm off the headphones, so I'll throw those away. And I can hear you, so we're ready to crack on.
How's the new house?
How's the new house? Yeah, the house needs a bit doing to it. The back garden's lovely, which is the main thing. So it's quite enjoy sitting out there in the sunny evenings. Yeah, really good. Yeah, love it.
Love that. Love that. So it is a transfer show today. Who wants to start? Because obviously I've spoke about mine already on a non-league show on Monday. So Claire, Uncle Nick, Stockport, Swindon. Who wants to start with the business so far?
I'm happy to let Uncle Nick go first. It's been a while.
Yeah, football-wise, looking forward to the season, and I've decided this season I'm going to forget about all the backroom stuff, all the nonsense that's still going on and hasn't been resolved, and there are lots of issues, but I'm going to forget about all that, and I'm just going to concentrate on what's happening on the football pitch. So I'm going to be more positive, and I'm actually looking forward to going to the first home game. I'm not going to Warsaw, but first home game, looking forward to it. So, yeah, I'm quite positive about the season. And Claire, you can give us a lowdown on one of our signings, which used to play for you, and I think he's a good mate of yours, James Bell. Which oh God, that's a good start, isn't it? James Ball, which, from what I've been told in pre-season games, he's a bit of a beast.
I love him. Obviously, when he was at Stockport, I was basically his agony aunt, which I was for a few of the team in the Conference North. But he's such a lovely guy, and I want nothing but the best for him. Like, wears his heart on his sleeves, even on the days where he's not at his best, he'll always give it 100%, and I think that's all you can ask for. But yeah, he's versatile. So when he played for us, he was attacking mid, and I know for Wimbledon last season they moved him to centre back, and I said to him, like, what the hell? And he was like, I know, didn't expect it, wasn't on my bingo card, but I'm absolutely loving it and I'm doing well. So there's a positive. Obviously he can adapt, but yeah, he's I always predicted he'd be in the Football League before we would. and I think he'll be a tremendous signing for you.
Yeah, that's what Holloway seems to have got this season with the signings and the players we've kept. That most of them seem really versatile. That they can play midfield or they can drop into a back four or a back five, and I think that's what he's working on. I think our system's going to be fluid. It's going to change throughout the game, which is Holloway's really good at, and moving the systems differently as he needs to. Very good at using 5 subs. So from that point of view, again, really looking forward to it. And we've got, again, I haven't seen any pre-season, but again, from the reports, the players that have come in look sound, although we've only played teams that are probably 2, 3, 4 leagues below us, so it's quite hard to judge. It's more fitness, and Holloway's got this fitness regime that he runs through that players have to hit, otherwise they don't play. So fitness is going to be a massive thing. And from the reports from the guys that have watched the friendlies, they said we've looked so fit, so energetic, and he's doing this pressing game where he wants to win the ball back within 6 seconds of losing it. So he's going to be pushing everything. And say the players we've got, the last one we just signed is Billy Bowden, who was with us quite a few seasons ago. He is a Swindon lad. His dad played for Swindon back in the day. He was a really good defender, Welsh international. And Billy should never have been let go, but that was the Di Canio era, and he didn't like Bowden, which was a shame because he's decent. The only downside is he's played for Bristol Rovers in Oxford United. We'll forgive him that. He's a footballer. He's got to make a living, so fair play to him. But I'm looking forward to him. He'll be a real good squad player. And the ones we signed, and the one that everybody's excited about, not putting too much pressure on him, is this Jake Tabor, who scored, I think it's 127 goals in 2 seasons. Now, obviously, quite a few leagues down, but as people say, the goalposts don't change where they are, do they? So, and in the pre-season, he scored 3 goals in 2 games. So he knows where the net is. It'd be interesting to see how much he plays. He's not going to start every game. He'll be, again, a squad player. Although I'd be surprised if he starts the first game. But Holloway, you never know what he's going to do. I don't think sometimes he knows what he's going to do because he's that sort of manager and character. So it's looking promising on the pitch, which is really great. I'm actually looking forward to this season. Didn't enjoy last season at all. It was just so much going on. But as I've said, I'm trying to put that behind me, concentrate on the football, enjoy that as much as I can. And let's get that at least top 7. We need to, no disrespect to League 2. You know what it's like, Claire. We need to get out of League 2 and push on. But I think we've got a squad capable. It's just how he actually knits them together. We've lost a couple of players. Sobowale got up to Scotland, who I quite rated, but Holloway said he wasn't doing the job that Holloway wanted him to do. So if you're not doing what the manager wants, you're not going to play games. So fair play to him. He's gone Scottish Prem. Great move for him. And, he'll play in some big games, Celtic, Rangers and the like. So, I wish him well. I quite liked him as a player, but if he didn't fit into the game plan, that's the manager's prerogative to move players on. So looking positive.
From an outside point of view, I actually think the transfer window has been really shrewd for you. And I think that obviously Ian Holloway is an experienced manager, and I think he just knows what he's doing. So, I mean, I wouldn't argue as favourites, but I'd actually say Swindon are dark horses for this season for me. Yeah,
you're right. The only black cloud at the moment is a lovely shithouse centre forward, Smith. Who the sort of team, the way we play is built around. There's been a couple of big bids coming from Cambridge United. I can't remember who the manager was, but I think he gave him his debut some time ago, and he's put offers in. So that would, if he went, that would be a big loss, and that would pose a lot of questions because, again, Holloway has said he's in charge of who comes in and who goes out. But we all know if the offer's big enough, clubs will sell. But it'll have to be a bloody decent offer for him to go, because he's so integral to our team. Hopefully that doesn't happen and he stays with us, and he'll be a key player in, the likes of Jake Tabor could learn tons off of Smithy, and it'll do him some really good. So that's the only sort of cloud hovering. But, most of the commentary doesn't think he will go. But at the end of the day, if the player wants to go, he will go. As Holloway said, if his players who don't want to stay, they will go. Simple as that. He only wants players who want to play for the club. And the ones he's brought in, again, from the reports, a lot of it, they've come because of Holloway, of what he sold to them, in his personality. And, he is a bit Marmite. Some people don't like him.
I love him.
He's actually calmed down a lot to when he first came in. And, some of his chats, it's like, okay, you've got to take him as you hear him. But football-wise, he's very, very knowledgeable, and he will bring young players on. So, anybody who comes in will do well under him, which is all we ask. Give 100% on the pitch. Can't be better than that.
Just one thing I wanted to add, Uncle Nick, because obviously we haven't spoke to you in a while. We kind of vaguely spoke about it when he did first come in, Ian Holloway, and the season and the turnaround that he did have with Swindon, and the run that he did go on, I thought was very, very good. But we were following it obviously on the podcast, and we were so chuffed every week. We're like, yes, they're doing it again. But are you more confident this season with obviously Ian Holloway as your manager? Because I know early last season it was a bit doom and gloom, weren't it, from the Swindon perspective? But are you more confident this season?
Yeah, because he's had a full pre-season with the players. And I think the biggest thing, and again, to get out of League Two, you've got to be fit. And you win a lot. We won a lot of games in 90 plus minutes last season. And I don't know, it's one of the last home games against Bradford. That was just a mental game, absolutely mental. And if you've seen the highlights, certainly at the end, when the lad who'd been giving Smithy stick all game scored the own goal, and then there's 4 Swindon players hovering above him, giving it live.
Me and Claire were laughing at it that week, weren't we?
And I was saying, fair play to him, because he sat on the floor, and you could say him thinking, yeah, okay, I deserved it. Fine. You give it out, you've got to take it. Yeah. So players do that. That's great. So, but yeah, fitness is a massive thing in League Two. It's a massive thing with Holloway. He's got this run that he does that players have to complete it in a certain time, and if they don't play. So that is massive in League Two. And we've got some real skillful players. So can he blend that team with the new ones coming in? That's the question, and you won't know until actually league action starts. So, and we've got Warsaw on their opening game, and they're going to have something to prove, because they absolutely threw the league away last season. They were flying. They lost their top goal scorer. I think it was Stoke he went back to, and then hardly played for them. So, that's criminal, really. But I think they thought, well, yeah, we got the league. We're okay. We're still going to go up. And they absolutely bottled it. So they're going to be coming flying out of the blocks to prove that they are a decent side. We always have good matches against them. And I think we've had our allocation of tickets extended twice. So there's going to be a good contingent of Swindon fans there. I think 2,000 plus will be going to their ground, because it's quite a short one for town, with a lot of games being up north. So opening game of the season, it should be a great atmosphere. And that might tell it. Well, that will tell us a lot on the result of that game. So again, it's something to look forward to.
Love that. I love a happy Uncle Nick.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Love that. I love that. Claire, do you want to start port before we get into some other transfers? And before before anyone says anything, if you can hear a noise, my chair is still squeaking because it's new. I promise I do not have wind. Just wanted to pre-warn everybody. It's making a lot of racket.
I reckon it's squeaking because you fell off your chair.
I did, everyone. Spoiler alert, right? Before we went live, luckily Claire and Uncle Nick didn't see it, but I went to sit on my chair, and it's a wheelie chair, and I completely missed the chair and landed on my back. So my back's killing, and my chair is making farting noises. So what a combination. And I wonder why I'm single.
So funny. Yeah, so I know Chris has mentioned Ethan Mann's time for South Shields. So he's not played in the first team. Is one of our, like, the class of scholars. So we've got our academy, and then between the first team and the academy, we've got like a scholarship, and it's like players that have got a lot of potential, but they're maybe not ready for the first team yet. And basically, we've had quite a bit of success from that. So I know, like, Ethan Pye, as an example, went out to Gateshead before he was in our first team. And there's obviously other players have gone out on loan as well. Gina Kiki last season for you guys.
I love him so much. He has my heart. I love Jid. He's one of the nicest humans ever. Just wanted to get it out there again in case he does watch this.
So it's part of our model, and basically they obviously get all the support, the training, and then we'd send them out on loan to see how they get on playing regular first team football. And then obviously there's like, do we integrate them into the first team or not? But it's a really good thing, and it helps with our model of like hoping to sign players that will make us money to make us more sustainable. But we have had a few incomings. So we have, our first one in was Joseph Oluwu from Doncaster, and he signed a 3-year contract as a centre-back. And Doncaster's fans were absolutely, like, gutted to lose him. So, yeah, definitely someone that I'm looking forward to seeing. When we saw him play for Doncaster, they weren't in the best of form, so I can't act like I'm fully aware of what he can do. Obviously, you just have to wait and see. We also signed Theo Eden from Peterborough. He's a left back. Peterborough really, really wanted to keep him, and I know they were quite disappointed that he wanted to move away. But it just shows, like, Peterborough are the team that sign players that, do you know what I mean? It's kind of mad that players are leaving Peterborough to come to County. I think I'm just used to where we've been in the past.
It'll be after Keane Hayes next. I hope so.
So we signed Corey O'Keefe on loan from...
Love him.
Yeah, I was going to ask about him. So we signed him from Barnsley. He played consistently for them last season, so I was a little bit confused about why they let him go. I think even his, like, player rating was nearly 8 over the season as an average. So, but their fans are all like, oh yeah, he's one of our worst players. Pretty sure we got about 10 assists or something, so it can't be that bad. And this is me going off on another tangent, but I feel like when you kind of get rid of a player and you're like, oh, they're absolutely awful. Are they awful? If they were awful, they wouldn't be a professional footballer. Just because they don't fit into your system doesn't make them a terrible footballer. So I think we'll reserve the judgment on that one. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for a club.
I like Corey O'Keefe, honestly. And I feel like with Corey O'Keefe, he's had a lot of clubs, but it's never been like a backwards step or anything. Like, he came to us, he was actually on loan and came to us, and he was one of our best players that season. He's a defender, but obviously he's very attacking. He contributes to goals as well. It played very much like a wing back when he was at Dale, and contributed with goals, obviously assists, but he's a very vocal player as well, and he's someone who gives instructions, even if he's not your captain and stuff, it gives instructions. And I feel like with Corey O'Keefe, is one of them people where we all liked him. We loved Corey O'Keefe. He chipped in, but even off field, it was really nice. Like one of the nicest people you can meet. Always got time for kids and people like that, which I think is exceptional. From a Barnsley perspective, obviously, I've not seen him week in, week out for Barnsley. There was now and again at Dale where he had off games, but that's just what players have. At the end of the day, it's a job. Everyone has a job and everyone has off days. But like you said, Claire, if you're contributing to goals, and obviously you're scoring goals, you're assisting goals, you're not a bad player at the end of the day. And if you're consistently getting a move to League One clubs, you're not a bad player. You're not taking a backward step at any point. And as much as Barnsley, I think Barnsley are a big club and stuff. They have been in the Championship and stuff before. Stockport and obviously the plan that they have and kind of like what you guys have probably offered him, like the plan, like you've got a plan that you want to get to the Championship and the long-term development of the club, which we can all see is really, really good. I'd want to be part of that as well. Like, that's no disrespect to Barnsley, but I'd want to be part of something like that. But from my experience with Corey O'Keefe and watching him, it's very, very good. And I've seen fans from other clubs also say the same. So I don't get that. But like you said, there's usually a lot of judgment from people and they say, oh, he's not very good. He's not very good. But I think it's just people being a little bit bitter sometimes about the move.
Char, who did you say he played for previously? I've missed you. Barnsley.
I thought I said it wrong, but I was like, who did I actually say?
It is Barnsley. No, I think like I feel like as you get older as well, you kind of start understanding football more. Yeah. So I think you kind of value things differently than when you're young and you just go to the football for a laugh with your mates. You kind of learn more about it the more you watch it, don't you? And you think that I don't know, like you just get more experienced in what you're talking about. Not that I'm making any sense right now.
We must be the exception. I'm joking.
So as well as that, we have signed Malik Mothersill from Peterborough. We've actually paid a club record figure, rumoured to be £1 million for him. I know it sounds a lot. We got more than that for Tanto. So kind of, you know, you're reusing them. You're not just like splashing the cash. He's young, he's only 21. Came through Chelsea's academy before he went to Peterborough. And I think like last season he scored 12 goals and assisted 9 in like 40 games or something like that. Rumoured to have a pretty poor attitude, but I don't think Charlie will buy that. So if that'll be slapped out of him, I'm sure. Like Alex Ferguson hairdryer moment.
Love that.
And then the most exciting one in the last couple of days, we've announced Arttu Hoskonen, who is a Finnish international. He is a regular, like starts every game for Finland, scored against England, got the match against England. Like, two elements to this, right, for me. One is that our scouting is now so fantastic that we're scouting these level of players. Secondly, little Stockport County, who have been on such an incredible run over the last few years, are signing a well-established, like, incredible, by the sounds of it, player. Last season, he was in the Polish league playing for Cracovia, which I'm sure is Krakow. He has come with glowing references. Like, they wanted to keep him. So the fact that we've been able to sign him from, you know, a top-level Polish team, like, it's just really exciting. Like, we were all so gutted when we lost Fraser. Obviously, he went to Blackpool on a mega money long-term contract, and you cannot, like, be mad at that. That's a fantastic opportunity for a footballer. But like by the sounds of this guy, we've got an incredible player coming to us, and I'm excited to watch him. And then obviously
might come to a game so I can watch him.
I know, yeah.
I'll come with you.
We've got a couple of international players. So obviously Ibitore's left and gone to Bradford. But we have Benno Andresen. He is from Iceland.
It made me laugh at.
It's from Iceland, and he showed such good promise last season. He wasn't quite match fit, so he kind of had a bit of a bit part season with us. So I'm excited again to see what he can do this season when he's got like the full pre-season under his belt. But yeah, exciting times. Obviously, we've lost some mega players, and it wouldn't be right if I didn't just quickly mention
of course.
Macaulay Southam-Hales, who left us after a good few years, and for me is probably the standout of the players that left us this season. Not just in like terms of quality, although when he's match fit, I hope so. I'm excited. I think he will be. But yeah, Macaulay Southam-Hales has been such an incredible ambassador for County, and his family all kind of bought into the club. They travelled the length and breadth of the country, travelling from South Wales for our home matches. For every match, even when he was injured, they still travelled to support the club and came to every game. But he did a lot for the community. He's an incredible person. Like, he is absolutely nuts, like in a good way. And he will be a massive miss around the club. But I also just wanted to say, like, I think Bristol Rovers have got a fantastic signing in him, especially if they can keep him fit. I think it was really unfortunate last season to have 2 injuries that Dave Challoner described both of them as like once in a career. So 2 different injuries that are once in a career injuries that he's got in one season. So he was just incredibly unlucky. And I just hope that the fresh start gives him everything he needs, and I'm excited to see how he does for them. I think he'll do really well.
One thing I did want to speak to you about, I know he's not at Stockport now, but somebody we are very familiar with. We do like to sing his song as well. If nobody knows, I'll give you a hint.
Weary Barry.
What do you make on the move? Because a loan move to Sheffield United. Think he'll do well?
I know. I hope so. And there was obviously the rumours of him going to Hull and then it being stopped because of the... Do you know what? It's not like that. I didn't have a soft spot for him. I just think he's a genuinely amazing person. Like, every single fan, like Darren will tell you, who is watching the stream as well, he is just a wonderful person. Like, you hear all about like footballer egos and everything that comes with that kind of status, and sometimes you see it, like, but nothing at all like that. Just the most down-to-earth person who deserves everything he gets. So he and his family. Louis supposedly moved to Hull, permanent move, fell through because of the things that are going on at Hull, which
the under embargo.
Complex. Yeah, extremely complex, I think. Like, extremely confusing as well. I tried to read into it and I was a bit like, but I was surprised to see him go to Sheffield United, I can't lie. Obviously, I really, really want him to do well for them. I know I was just going to... I think you have to hope that he does well. Obviously, he played 4 games for Hull, so his ability at Championship level is untested. Like, nobody knows. And like, if you look at his previous loan spells, like Uncle Nick will tell you when he was at Swindon, he was hot and cold. Milton Keynes booed him. Like, we're probably the only club that he's had a really successful spell with. twice. He's got all the ability, and he can go into the Championship. I fully believe he can go into the Championship and be successful. And yeah, I was talking to his sister the other day, and obviously wishing him luck and everything. But fingers crossed. I hope. I hope he does well. I've said it so many times before. He comes from a nice family. He just plays with a smile on his face. He's always happy to be doing something that he loves. And I know I've said that. I probably sound like a stuck record, but nobody knows how he's going to get on. Like, that's the short of it. I just hope beyond hope that he does well. But more than that he has an injury-free season.
Yeah, definitely.
But he should be okay, Claire, because he's had a good grounding, hasn't he? Through, like you say, he came to us for a season, and he was hot and cold. But when he was hot, geez, what a player! You know, you could see the skill level. But he was quite young when he was with us, and players learn a lot from playing at that level. And he's obviously come through that. He's done really well with yourselves and had a great season. If he's got the right manager with him and can get the best out of him, I'm sure he's got a massive future, because he is a really, really skillful player. And so with his grounding, there's no reason. And you say he plays with a smile on his face. And sometimes it's not even all your football ability, it's your mentality. And I would say with how he's come through, he's got a pretty good mentality. So I think he's had some bad injuries as well, which all players have. And yeah, he should do well. In Sheffield United, they're not everybody's favourite club, but they are a big club. And actually, it's one of my favourite grounds that I've been to. The atmosphere there is great. So he should thrive there. And I hope for him he does really well.
Yeah, definitely hope for him. And I think he comes from just a really sort of normal family. Yeah. His sister Christy, his dad Mark, his mum, they're all really, really grounded, and he's around obviously that support, like a really, really wonderful family that support him everywhere. Like his dad, massive Villa fan, but he goes everywhere to support him. I don't think you'll meet a prouder dad watching his son. He's just the proudest of men. So yeah, I just hope he does really well and takes the step up naturally. I'd love to see him go all the way in the game, because he's just one of the good guys. He deserves it.
Love that. I know there's a lot of talk in the chat. Do not worry. I have starred your comments. One from before, though, obviously sticking to the Championship. This one, have you heard Ashley Young to Ipswich? What do we all think of that, to be fair? Because I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but I am going to give a spoiler alert. Ipswich are one of my favourites to get promoted in the season. Yeah. They are not my favourite team. I'm not supporting Gloucester teams. They're one of my favourites to do well, obviously, in the Championship this season. Yeah. I think, obviously, they've recruited well. Kieran McKenna, I really do rate as a manager. But Ashley Young, Uncle Nick, what do you think about this signing? Do you think it's a good move for Ipswich? Obviously, the experience. It could possibly know Kieran McKenna from his Manchester United days. I don't know whether they did. I'm not too sure about that, but... Do you reckon it's the experience you need Ipswich in the Championship?
It depends what he's signed him for, because is he going to play 35, 40 games in a season? Probably not. Is he looking to bolster experience in that squad? Maybe Young's looking to get into coaching and moving that way. I don't know. I'm only guessing. But, yeah, it wouldn't have been my stellar signing, that's for sure. He's not put it like this, he's not my favourite player. Nothing against him personally, but he wouldn't be doing it for me. But fair play. He's got a contract there, and as we all say, they're professional footballers. It's their job. They're going to go where they can get a good deal. So yeah, every team like that needs a good bit of experience, and he's certainly got plenty of that. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Because yeah, Ipswich. I mean, over the seasons, they've been a really well-run club. Yeah, the step was too far from them. They went up from League One, Championship, Prem, and it's just too big a jump. Even if you've been in the Championship for a few seasons to get in the Prem, nowadays it's a massive jump. And unless you've got real good backing, and even with spending a lot of money, it's tough, and the gap gets bigger and bigger. So yeah, it's probably a decent signing for them, but it wouldn't be anything that excited me, put it like that.
Claire, do you have any thoughts on this? Do you think it's good experience-wise?
Yeah, I do have thoughts on it. First and foremost, for a 40-year-old to have the ability to play at Championship level, fair fucks to
well
him.
done.
Fair fucks to have that level of fitness at 40-year-old. Yeah, it's such a demanding sport, isn't it? I think that there's probably more to it than just like signing him, as obviously it's a 1-year deal. Kieran McKenna seemed to think it was like a bit of a coup to be able to attract him to the club. I think that like he's played over 750 games in his career. There's young players at the club that will absolutely learn from that experience. So I think there's more to it than just bringing him in to play football. And I think that it wouldn't surprise me if it's like with a view to go into some sort of coaching role, or even to start doing coaching badges while he's there, or continue with coaching badges, whatever. I think it's a pretty good move, to be fair. It's a club that are on the up again, even though they've just come down. I think they'll do really well this season. Again, like, he's not going to play every match, I wouldn't imagine. Although he'd played 30-odd games in the Championship, Premier League last season.
For Everton, yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen? I think, obviously, wait and see. But I think his experience will really, really help Ipswich.
Definitely. One person I did want to speak about, obviously we've spoke about Hull and their difficulties at the minute.
I'm so sorry, I just read Sean's comment.
No, don't worry. I pronounced my H as well when I said Hull because I did it in like slow. I sound posh now. But one team I did want to talk about in this particular signing, obviously someone we're all very familiar with, Championship level, Sheffield Wednesday player Josh Windass has made his move to Wrexham. What do we think about that? Good move for him?
Yeah, obviously he left Sheffield Wednesday under the issues that are ongoing there at the minute. One or two players that were allowed to leave, wasn't he? I think it's a good move for him because obviously he is extremely talented. I'd put Wrexham as a smaller club than Sheffield Wednesday, but obviously there's absolutely massive issues at Sheffield Wednesday that make Wrexham far more lucrative of a club to be at. I think he'll do absolutely brilliantly for Wrexham. Obviously, they've signed a couple of players the last couple of days that you're like, wow, they're good. Obviously, the sky's the limit for Wrexham. They're absolutely wadded. I think he's got some experience at the Championship level as well, and he's played well at that level. So I think he'll do really well for them.
I have wrote some notes as well. I'm just trying to understand my notes. That's bad, isn't it? But you can't even understand your own notes. But so obviously I wrote down Lewis O'Brien to Wrexham from Forest. 26-year-old midfielder. That was an undisclosed fee. It's a very good move for them. Was that Wrexham? Yeah. I can't even understand my own notes at this point. Wales international goalkeeper. I thought this was a good one. Obviously, Danny Ward, very good move for him. And Ryan Hardy as well was the other one who signed for Wrexham, another striker. So they've got goals in them anyway, which is really good. Yes, Lewis O'Brien. Hello, Drita. Hope you're okay. And yeah, Claire. Just thought it's easier. It's easier than replying back. There was a few I did write down as well. It was this one in particular. I know the chat are talking about it, and I know Claire does have a few words to say on this one because I did see a Twitter. But Huddersfield, I do think are recruiting very, very well this season. They had a really good transfer window. Yeah, Graham, Alfie May to Huddersfield was a surprise. Mad to think with his record, he's not getting a shot at the Championship. I just think, even though obviously he's not got his shot at the Championship yet, I think that is a very, very good signing for Huddersfield. And it also shows a lot of their ambitions as well. I think they have recruited very, very well this season. They were actually one of my favourites, Uncle Nick, last season. I'm pretty sure I had them. I don't think I had them to win in my predictions, but I definitely had them to be up there for automatic promotion, I think. But yeah, I think they are a big club, Huddersfield, aren't they? Especially for League One. And they seem to be doing some sensible signings at the moment. They do.
Yeah, they shouldn't really be in League One, should they?
No.
And I know at the end of the day, you're going to be in the league that your form dictates. But yeah, Alfie May is a proven goal scorer. So he will definitely do well for them, without a doubt. But just looking at the comments, there was a Crawley fan posted saying he doesn't know how they will do. I'll be interested to see what he thinks of their stellar signing in Harry McCurdy.
I love that guy. He's got such a personality, hasn't he, Harry McCurdy?
Well, yeah, and some. But, some players have to find the right club. And I hope, well, apart from when they play us, I hope it works out for McCurdy because for us, he just put a buzz through the whole crowd, and it was, entertainment at another level, not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well. So, but he was brilliant for us. Loved everything he did, and it'd be interesting to see how he goes. He will probably, I think he would do well there. As I say, I hope he does. So apart from the 2 games that they play us, so it'll be it's very interesting to see how it pans out for him.
What about you, Claire? Harry McCurdy, we're talking about going to Crawley.
I'm not his biggest fan. I think he's a bit of a jerk, but obviously he plays the jerk, so he wants everyone to think he's a muppet. Let's be honest, he doesn't actually give a flying fuck what anybody thinks.
No.
And that's a nice way to be fair. Sorry, I was reading something.
One thing we were talking about, Claire, what you haven't had a chance to answer, but I think you did want to have you say, because I know you did say on Twitter, I did read a comment, Alfie May to Huddersfield. Do you think it's a good signing?
Unbelievable.
I'm honestly backing Huddersfield, mate.
Yeah, Huddersfield will do really well this season. And it's what I was saying last season, because and this is the biggest compliment I can give to the likes of Huddersfield, and it's going to sound so backhanded because I don't mean it to sound so backhanded, but basically, obviously we finished 3rd last season, so we're not a shit team. But I feel like we missed an opportunity last season because I feel like League One is about to be solid as F this season.
Yes.
Graham's agreeing, and I'm sorry if any Huddersfield fan thinks I'm being backhanded in saying it. I'm not. I'm complimenting you. They've had, it's not just Alfie May though. They've signed a few good players. I think they've signed Marcus Harness. He's got good credentials. Sounds like a good player, and Marcus McGuarney or something. Then they've got some good Premier League loans. Ryan Ledson as well. I think they're going to do amazingly this season.
I backed them last season. I was saying to Uncle Nick, I backed them last season, and I feel like they underachieved massively last season.
A lot of teams underachieved this season. I think
Bolton.
Well, yeah, and I don't think I backed them this season either, but
no.
Yeah. I just think Huddersfield have got cracking signings. Obviously, Alfie May has to be the marquee. But I think he can go and play in the Championship easily. Just think, he's going to do a really good job for them.
Seems to be pretty consistent wherever he goes, Alfie May, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, it does seem to be pretty consistent. Just back on your question, Uncle Nick. I liked watching McCurdy in pre-season. He doesn't look like a footballer, wears a size 2 big shirt, and he doesn't run like a footballer either. Can't wait to see him play at wing back this year.
Well, I can't see him being a wing back. I'll be surprised if he plays in there, but maybe they've got a plan. So he is different. I mean, for us, he was the biggest shithouse out in some of the games. I mean, a couple of games when he was with us, Carlisle away. He scored against them, went to the side where their fans were, and somebody threw a burger at him. At a home game, and I forget who it was against, and again he scored and ran over to the side of the pitch where the away fans are, and there was a away fan in a wheelchair, electric wheelchair, trying to run him over. So he does have the great ability to wind fans up. And when he's in your side, it's brilliant. You absolutely love it. I mean, we've got Harry Smith now, who's one of the biggest shithouses out, and say you hate to have these players against you, but when they're in your team, you just absolutely love them. So, if Harry does well, they'll have a great time. They'll have a great crack. Just don't let him get sent off and upset a referee and trash the referee's room and all the stuff that goes with it. So, but he is what he is. So, yeah.
Didn't he have issues with his heart as well that kept him out?
Yeah. Well, he come back to us on loan from Hibs more as I think it was a favour to get him a bit match fit, and he didn't really do much. Because he had some heart issues. So I think it was just a bit more of a favour than actually doing anything. So, they say you shouldn't really go back to a club, but obviously it happens. I think if he's fit, like the kid said, he doesn't look like a footballer. Sometimes he doesn't act like a footballer. He'll be buzzing this season because Chelsea have won everything, and he's a massive Chelsea fan. And then obviously being at Crawley means he can get off and see the Chelsea, up the Chelsea. He absolutely loves them. So if he's happy off pitch, he'll be happy on the pitch. So I'm looking forward to seeing the reports on how he's doing.
I find this mental as well, Danny Cashman possibly at wing back, because we had Danny Cashman on loan a few years ago now, but obviously being National League, I've seen what he's done at obviously Worthing, and even us last year, Claire, on this show before we had the show split, we adopted Danny Cashman, didn't we, as our player, our podcast player and stuff, and I just find that really weird that he could possibly play in wing back, because I feel like his best position obviously is further forward, but who knows?
Maybe they'll just be attacking wing backs and forget about defending.
Yeah.
They call them a wing back, but they're not really.
As long as they score goals, it doesn't matter how many goals they let in, as long as they score more than the other team.
We'll score one more than you.
Sean has just seen a picture of someone doing a League Two simulated table, and they had MK franchise as champions. Outrageous behaviour. Do you know what? I actually think that they will win it this year. I think they have spent a lot of money.
Well, they couldn't get over Wimbledon going up.
I was just about to say, I think they're a little bit salty about one of the rivals going up, their biggest rivals, and thought, you know what? We need to splash the cash.
Yeah. Poetic justice that Wimbledon are above them now.
Yeah.
We've all seen no. it doesn't matter if you've got the money. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win it because your players all have to gel together.
Yeah, but they're going to be the team that people will be going to target them, won't they? Because there's been a lot of publicity about them. Yeah, big spenders, a big wasted stadium. It's the most, well, not the most horrible ground to go to, but one of the worst ones for atmosphere, because you've got, I don't know, 6,000-7,000 in there in a 30,000 seater stadium, and it's absolutely horrible. So
the crap anyway, because even when you've got away fans all sitting next to each other, the sound doesn't carry it shite.
No, when we went there, they put us away fans in the top tier, so they don't even put you behind the goal. So you don't even get that banter between home and away fans on the same level. So yeah, it's just such a horrible setup. I can appreciate why they built the stadium that big. They thought they were going to go flying through the leagues, get big crowds. But at the end of the day, you've got to have the team. A lot of clubs make that mistake, don't they? They improve the stadium massively, but forget about the team. And if you don't have the team, you're not going to fill the stadium. Simple as that.
Yeah. The big Asda right next to it's better than that ground.
Yeah. I love an Asda.
You need to have a day out to that Asda, not the football.
Me and you, Claire, will do a podcast trip to Asda.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be more entertaining.
One person I also did want to mention as well. I really, really like him, and I thought it was brilliant for Notts County. David McGoldrick has now made his move to Barnsley. What do we all think about that? Do you think he'll still score goals in League One? 37 years old. Do you think he's still got what it takes?
Yes, I do. He's a cracking player. Cracking player. Everyone was madly surprised when he dropped down to Notts County, and he's proved in the time that he's been with Notts County that he can still do that job. I don't really see Barnsley as that much of a step up, if I'm being honest. Obviously the quality in League One is different to the quality of League Two, but I still think he can do it 100%.
I love him.
It shows how footballers operate, because when he went to Notts County, people were surprised that he went there and dropped down to that level. Yeah. And all the talk was, it was his home ground club. He's not there for the money because he wants to play for the club and it's where his heart is. Then what happens at the end of the season? He buggers off somewhere else because there's a big paycheck. So loyalty in football, forget it. But yeah, he was a hell of a player for them. And I saw a clip earlier this week, actually, of him knocking like a 50-yard pass from the halfway line and setting someone up. So, yeah, he's got all the skill in the world. So, yeah, if he's got the time, he will do whatever's necessary. He is class at the end of the day. He was far too good for Notts County, let's be honest about it. Maybe the challenge of football wasn't enough for him, which is why he moved.
One person I did want to talk about as well. It's going to break my heart, right? But I do have to mention it because of last season. A little bit of me thought we were going to get him back. Like the Louis Molden situation, Sam Waller, who we had on loan from Burnley, he has gone to Crewe. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a very good move for him. And I think he fits in perfectly at Crewe and the style of football that they play Crewe. Obviously, it is a challenge because it's in League Two now. It did cut it in National League. Very consistent, very good for us. And Burnley, obviously, I think Burnley have got to the point now where they need to challenge him, similar to what happened with Louis Molden. They need to challenge him in a higher league to know whether he is good enough or whether then to release him at the end of his contract. But as much as it pains me, because you know how much I love Super Sam Waller in goal, that's how I call him. I just call him Super Sam Waller in goal because he was that good for us. I think, obviously, a very good move for him, but never fall in love with a lone player. And similar situation, Jay Bird, somebody who obviously It was very good for us last season. We didn't have him for long. We had him on loan from Exeter. He has made his move now to Salford. I will put my hands up and say, as much as it pained me, because I wanted him back, he's far too good for National League. And I'm really glad he went to Salford because he was linked with Oldham. I was like, you know what? As much as it pains me and I do want to cry, I'll take him going to Salford rather than Oldham. But one thing I just want to mention about Oldham as well, I think they have recruited quite well this season. And I know a few people on Twitter in particular I've seen are writing Oldham off at the moment. And I'm thinking, are you for real? Because they had some quality players while they're in League Two. Well, not League Two, sorry. Well, they're in the National League. They had League Two quality players. They weren't just National League standard. And I feel like they've added to, obviously, the squad that they have, and they've added more experience and Football League experience. So I don't really know why a lot of people are writing Oldham off, because I know they've not kicked a ball yet, any of the teams, but on paper at the moment, the squads, I wouldn't say they're one of the worst squads in League Two. I think they're quite a decent level, and that's me saying it as a Rochdale fan. I do have a pretty good relationship with Oldham fans because they said I am quite fair for a Rochdale fan, so that's the nicest thing I'm going to say.
Definitely you are.
I'm just trying to think of some other transfers I've had written down. I think I've pretty much covered the ones that I said. Has anybody else got anything to add on transfers or any standouts? Or anyone in the chat?
Think of any. Oh, actually, weren't like Middlesbrough? I don't know if it's been confirmed, but weren't they about to sign the next like non-league super kid, Jaden Carbon? It's obviously just a rumour, but
I know it's going to annoy me now because I know where he was from as well, and it's just gone out of my head.
Oxford City,
yeah. Uncle Nick, Oxford City.
I don't know what's happening there, to be honest, so I'm sort of out of touch with that, so I can't help you much on there.
Yeah, it's meant to be mega. I'm pretty sure even Ant put it in our chat saying
we did
something about it. Yeah, I suppose we'll have to wait and see on that one.
David has put as well, obviously it is that next week we do have some prediction shows lined up, so we will go into more details and stuff then about the teams and the business. David, but he's put, can't see Accrington and Tranmere doing any good in League Two. Yeah, Accrington, there's a lot of things going on at the minute at Accrington, isn't there? I know Rebecca said some to us on the podcast previously about obviously the council, and they don't like the bars being open past a certain time. Obviously, the academies as well. There's no academies now at Accrington. I know they've been up for sale for a while, haven't they? And now and again, their owner goes on Twitter and kind of has a meltdown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of them with Accrington at the minute. I am quite worried for him. Yeah,
you never know with teams like Accrington, because they're not the easiest places to go and get a result, even when they're struggling. So, and I think that League Two, I don't think there's a real standout team this season. I think any team could be anywhere from top 7 to 18th. And there's a whole bunch of teams that they're on a fairly similar level. And obviously, I know it's the transfer window hasn't finished, and all the teams haven't got their players in, and you don't really know how they're going to fare. But it is such an even league, and even the ones that have come down, you can't see them being massively better than what's already there. So it just wants somebody to put a good run together, 6 or 7 games where you get near maximum points, and that's going to put you ahead of the curve. And I think that's what teams will be looking at. If you can get that quick start, and then it puts you in a good position. So, and I think, to be fair, pretty much all the leagues are like that, and they're all on a fairly level playing field. And it's just if that one team can put that run together, get a couple of stellar signings, and hopefully that it'll work out for them, because certain players work well within certain clubs, and I'm sure all of us have had players that have come in where they've come from said, well, they're absolute crap, what are you signing them for? And they actually blitz it. And it's the same. We sell a player that's been crap for us, and he goes off and scores Christ knows how many goals for somebody else. So just getting that right team, right manager, right environment, and if it works out, great.
Yeah, 100%. I know one team we haven't mentioned as well, I hope you don't mind, is Mansfield. Because they've signed a couple of good players. They signed Luke Bolton the other day from Southampton. I rate him very highly. I think he's a fantastic footballer. They also signed Kyle Noyle from us.
He's a good player.
Yeah, we released him, and I think that he'll slot in really, really well with Mansfield. I know obviously Clough likes to have a really small, tight-knit squad, and I think that those two will certainly add to what they had last season. So I wouldn't rate them to be up there next season, but I'd rate them to avoid a battle, if that makes sense.
Love that. Anything else anybody's got to add on transfers?
No, just Cambridge, go away.
Before we go though, one thing I did want to speak about, I know obviously it's not EFL related, but I did want to give it a mention because a lot of people know about this incredible man and a journey and stuff that he went through. But our very own Joey T, bless him, if you don't know his story, he unfortunately passed away of cancer not that long ago. And our friendly, we do have a friendly, not this Saturday, but next Saturday against Manchester United. It is their academy, though. I think it's like for under 21s. They're going to make it a regular thing now where even in the National League Cup, I know people aren't very fond of the National League Cup, but we have been drawn against them in the group, and we're going to make it a regular thing each season now where we play them in a friendly, and we've actually done like a trophy to do with Joey T, and we'll play them each season to win that trophy, and it'll be like an ongoing thing. And we're actually making it a day for Joey Thompson, to remember Joey Thompson. His family are all going to be there as well. We're going to give him like a round of applause that he deserves. If you haven't, obviously, if you don't recognise his journey, please, please, please go and look into it, because what an incredible man. Not just on the football pitch, but off the football pitch and everything he did as well. So I just wanted to point that out, because I know there's a lot of hate and stuff on Manchester United as well at the moment, and how they run and what's going on behind the scenes there. But in regards to Joey Thompson and what they've done for Joey Thompson, I think he's absolutely incredible. It meant a lot to us for Rochdale, and he also meant a lot to Manchester United because he did play for their academy before we came to Dale. So I just wanted to give that a shout out, because I just think it's amazing. And yeah, what an amazing tribute to an amazing, incredible man.
It is, even as an outsider, someone who obviously didn't play for our team, what an inspirational human being. So I'm really pleased that that's being done. He really deserves that. And I know obviously he did his work with Manchester United as well. So what better accolade can he have than that being a regular thing? Hope it goes really well. I'd come if we were. I could come.
It's not this Saturday. It's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday.
Yeah, we don't play till the Sunday.
Let me know if you want to come. Let me know if you want to come.
It's a day out with you.
It's against the under 21s. To be fair, the friendly was already in place, because we do have a really good relationship with Manchester United under 21s. And to be fair, like I said, it's not the non-league show, but a lot of people are against the National League Cup, which, to be honest, I am personally against it, because I don't think it subsidises as much as FA Cup replays would have. But at the same time, similar to like the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, I think it gives clubs like us And obviously, similar to EFL, the chance to kind of gain that relationship with Premier League clubs to potentially get players on loan and obviously progress and give them the chance to experience like football and things like that. Jack Kingdon, who we had on last season, was part of that. And I know Jim McNulty and Manchester United under 21s have a really good relationship. So even though, Sean, like you did point out, it is only the under 21s, it's still massive in regards to Joey Thompson and his family. And a massive shout out as well to Manchester United and Rochdale for obviously looking after them as well, because even though obviously it was expected, it cannot be easy for any of them what happened with Joe. So just massive respect to everyone involved on that. And like I said, an incredible tribute for an incredible man. Just wanted to mention that. I'm getting teary-eyed now.
Well done, Shaw. That's good.
It honestly meant so much to us, honestly. Love him. Love him. Anybody got anything else they want to add on football or just life in general?
I'm just reading some of the comments, and I'll excuse my pronunciation. Cerise Solaris says, Accrington Stanley, who are they? And a bit later, he says, Uncle Nick will understand that reference. Yeah, all right. I'm old. I remember it. I remember the advert.
Everyone knows about it, though, right?
Yeah, they should do. They should do.
I don't remember the advert like first time, but I've seen it and stuff. And obviously, my family have said about it. And every time you say, "Oh, are you playing Accrington Stanley?" or you mention Accrington Stanley, everyone does that iconic line like straight away. So you get used to it.
I hate it now.
Yeah. Graham's put, I'm old enough to remember the original ad. So, yeah, like I said before, the next few weeks in regards to the National League show and the EFL show, it will be split. So on Monday's non-league show, it will be a season preview of National League North and South. I think I've got a feeling next week in the EFL one, it will be League 1 and 2. And then obviously the week after, it will be National League on the Monday, and then EFL Championship. So I don't know if anybody in the chat wants to get involved, but I am going to send it similar to what we did last year. If you do want to get involved in the chat, I want to know, don't put it now, by the way, but I want to know, obviously, who you think will win it. Automatic promotions, who you think will win the playoffs, and the relegated teams as well. So it'll be really good to compare them. Have your own say.
A right laugh last at the end of the
so
season
funny.
when we were reading them out, and Uncle Nick had put someone like, I don't know, like Accrington to get promoted from League 2.
It's all right. The other season, I put Tranmere to get promoted, and they finished near the bottom. So my predictions are crap.
Don't predict us to go up next season.
Okay, I won't. I predict you to be relegated, and you'll be okay.
I had a massive blunder though, because I actually had Luton to win the championship and got relegated. So I think that was the worst one out of them all. And then to top it off, I'm going to be honest to everyone right now. My National League North and South knowledge a couple of seasons ago, and even last season to a degree, wasn't the best. And I will admit, some of the teams I might have copied Ben on for my National League South predictions, and I wish I didn't, because I actually backed Truro to get relegated also, like Ben, and they won the league. So I've done it twice where I've backed them, and then obviously they've done the complete opposites.
I'm up for predicting non-league.
Do it. As long as you've got Dale to do well, please. But yeah, anybody in the chat, please get involved. Like I said, if you do want to predict it, it's obviously the winners, who you think will get automatic promotion, playoffs and playoff winner, and then relegation as well. I'll put some out on the socials, but it's always good fun to write them down, and then at the end of the season, just have a laugh. Because that's what you do. Everyone doesn't mind anyway, be that bad.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think, Chris did it as well. But we've got this one as well of Aaron. It's a massive signing.
It is a massive signing. My video's not working.
Mpanzu. Mpanzu. Have you just done it so I could say it and get it completely wrong?
Yeah, probably.
I'm not familiar, to be fair. Does anybody else know?
I'm not, to be honest.
I will look into it, though. I will look into it. It's one of them sometimes, because I'm having to cover that much football on these, it just doesn't sink in, or I'll think about a player and it'll be a completely different player. It just all doesn't sink in that brain of mine. But it's been a quick one, probably one of the quickest ones that we've ever had on this show. But thank you so much for taking part in it. Like I said, this should be slightly longer next week and as we get back into the season. But Claire, where can everybody find you on the socials and any podcasts or anything you do want to plug?
You can find me on Twitter. So apparently it's been X for 2 years now, but still it will never be X.
Never.
You can find me on there as Claire_Jeffs. And I do make the odd cameo appearance on Stockport County's the Scarf Bagara War podcast. But even when I'm not on it, I'd highly recommend it. Great laugh, great bunch of people.
Love that. Uncle Nick, where can everybody find you? And thank you so much for coming on tonight.
No, it was good, and I've enjoyed it. So it's good to be on with you again. I think I'm on Twitter is Ocus_road, but I had problems with computers, and I think I'm on my phone. I'm on one name, and on the computer I'm on a different name. So it might be Nick Smith. So
it's Road Ocus.
Is it Road Ocus?
Change your name to Uncle Nick.
Yeah, you'll find me if you really want to. So I wouldn't bother too much because I don't post much. So and what I do is probably rubbish anyway. So, but yeah, have a search. You never know.
And make sure as well you all tune in to Fools Rush In, because honestly, I say it all the time, and I tell Fife and myself, I go into the streams as well consistently. If it clashes with this, I then catch up straight after this podcast. It is by far, obviously apart from this one, so don't grass me up to Sam, everyone, but apart from our own podcast, that is my favourite show, and I absolutely love all the guys there, including yourself, Uncle Nick.
Thank you.
I will come to it a little bit later when I do the socials, but if you haven't nominated for the FCAs, as well as this one, please nominate Fools Rush In as well, because they really, really deserve to go to it. And it'd be amazing to see them there.
That would be good.
Honestly, I love it so much. I say it all the time.
I hope we get to go again.
I know, same. Graham has put a weekly reminder to take a moment to nominate all the amazing team here for this year's FCA. And it's apparently at Ellen Road as well, so not too far for me and you to travel, Claire, but we'll still travel together if we're there.
I know, people on the way.
Yeah, let's do it. If we're there, though, we need the vote.
Come on, everyone, vote for us. And Uncle Nick needs another night out with me and Charlotte.
Exactly, he loves it.
I don't think anything prepared Uncle Nick for seeing me after a few beers last year.
No, you're good fun. You're good fun, my friend.
And if anybody does want to check out my content, I am SharXREFC. That is on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT as well on all of them socials. And spoiler alert, where it all started for me on a day away might be coming back. But it might be coming back on the Absolute Football podcast. Me and Sam have had chats and it may be in the pipeline. So just putting a spoiler alert out. I hope it actually is now. And Sam just didn't have a few too many drinks while he's on holiday and regrets it.
All inclusive rums are fine, like water anyway.
And of course, the main socials. Look at all of our faces. We are the Absolute Football Podcast. And as I did say, last year, it happened. We were all shocked. We still can't believe it happened, but we actually did win Best New Content Creator at the FCAs. Woo! I'm going to put that on the CV. If I ever apply for a new job, I'm going to put content creator, even if it's something random. Even if I apply to be a bin lady, I'm going to put that on my CV. But we have 4 live shows a week at 8:30. On Twitter, you can find the Absolute Football Podcast at Absolute Ball Pod. On YouTube and Twitch, we are Absolute Football Podcast. On TikTok, we are Absolute Ball Pod. Instagram, Absolute Football Podcast _ On Blue Skies, Absolute Football. And on Facebook, we are the Absolute Football Podcast. On a Monday, you can find myself and the non-league team for Absolutely Non-League. Like I mentioned, it's season previews coming up. National League, North and South, all in one show. On a Tuesday, it is Absolute Premier League show with Sam and the team. And I don't know if anybody saw it, but we've got a new recruit. Heather, you're all familiar with Heather, the Bournemouth fan who has been on many times on the show. She is her Game 2 ambassador as well for Bournemouth. She is part of the team. So, go and check that out on Tuesday. We do have Freya and Team Chaos for Absolutely Women's Football on a Wednesday. I just wanted to say now, I'm pretty sure, because they have been doing watch-alongs of all the Women's Euro games, they will probably be back for the final. The Lionesses are in the final. Come on, England. Hopefully it's going to come home. I'm hoping they are doing one now, but I think they will be doing a watch-along on Sunday. And obviously, our lower league show where we cover the EFL Championship, League 1, League 2 is on a Thursday. Absolutely lower league. But thank you so much to everybody for joining us. And like we mentioned before, if you've got the time, if you do like our football content, then please, please, please give us a vote at the FCAs. Honestly, it would be much appreciated because it was just a really good night and it just gives us a chance to get together as well and spend time together. So,
Sorry.
I was like, does she not want to see us?
I really want to see it. Oh, sorry, I was reading something.
But Graham, bless him, has put the day away, got me introduced to you, Shah, so I'll be forever grateful for that. I know, thanks, Graham. Chris has put, great to have Heather on the team now. It really is. And thank you to everybody, obviously, throughout the summer for doing the content as well. It has been a little bit mismatched. It has been all over the place, but we've all worked very, very hard. There's a few new things coming out, which I'm not going to mention in the pipeline. We've got some guests coming on as well for all about episodes. And we've got a brand new series coming out very, very soon as well. So keep your eyes peeled. Very, very exciting. But again, thank you to everybody in the chat. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. And bring on the new football season because I need pie. I'm getting withdrawals from a pie. See you later.